Rhok!
Hello, YouTube. Big 7170. Coming at you for another breakfast run on the peninsula. Ben and I got up extra early this morning. And when I say extra early, I mean I was up at fucking 7:20, bitches! For the weekend, that's pretty early. I was up at 7:20, fueled up, popped over to Ben's place, and we decided to keep it on the peninsula. Because as you go out towards Franschhoek, Stellenbosch, and the temperature gets about 5 to 10 degrees warmer Fahrenheit, a few degrees warmer Celsius. So we figured maybe it'd be a good idea to stay on the coast next to the ocean and soak in some of that sweet, delicious ocean breeze, which we're going to get up to right just now. You'll recognize the road, I'm sure. But I started the camera a little bit earlier so you can see a bit different view here. I have no idea where we are. I know that we're heading away from Nordic. I don't know what this itty-bitty town's called though, so sorry. Sorry. But I had a flippin' awesome day yesterday. Outside of getting a bunch of stuff sorted that I need to get sorted, like getting my suit for my wedding, which every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man. We also went to Nitro Circus. Fucking Nitro Circus! I can't imagine doing any of that stuff. None of it. None of it at all. I'm sure some of you guys know that have watched the channel for a bit. My very first bike was a 125cc Yamaha from the 80s. It might have been like a dual sport. I had it so long ago, I don't even remember if it had knobbies on it or if it had street tires on it. I'm pretty sure it had. No, it must have had knobbies on it. If it had street tires, I would have eaten shit. But I had this bike in. Nah, don't merge me, bro. I had this bike and that was kind of like my first foray into motorcycling, and it was an off-road bike. I mean, I rode it on like my neighborhood streets a little bit, but I mean, you get in fucking trouble for that sort of shit in the States. You can probably do whatever you want here, but you can't just go running around as a 16-year-old without a motorcycle license riding around in a neighborhood. They'll impound your bike. So I took it back by the local bayou and stuff like that, and I was never really happy. I always wanted a street bike, and I've never really been interested in dirt. And it wasn't until I started watching Jake and some of the other supermoto guys that I was like, why not both? And I don't know. That's the kind of thing that appeals to me about a sumo, is that, like, you're not gonna, well, there are guys that take their sport bikes to do crazy off-road shit with them, but I'm not one of those guys. Fairings are too expensive, and I'm a bit of a weenie. But it wasn't until I started watching kind of some of these supermoto sumo videos on YouTube that I was like, man, that looks like a lot of fun. And we're gonna give Ben a shot on the sumo at one of these junctions in this ride, probably at the end. And he doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna stick the helmet on him, my helmet, this helmet, and we're gonna keep the audio on, and we're gonna take a video, and we're gonna get sport bike riders' first impressions riding a DRZ 400. He doesn't have a choice. It doesn't matter if he wants to do it or not. If he wants to get on the bike, he's gonna have to wear the helmet and put it on. And watching the Nitro Circus guys last night, it actually just like it made me want to ride like a hooligan so much worse than I already do. Like, it really made me like kind of put a bit of fire under my ass. to kind of try and to step up my game a bit and learn how to wheelie and learn how to do stoppies and shit like that. Not accidentally, I was kind of opening up the DRZ like pretty hard for the first time a few rides ago, and the front end came up. Not a lot, I mean, but it definitely pulled up a bit, and I was like, ah, fun. So maybe I might try power wheelies as well. Ah, itchy nose. Ah. I noticed Jake and LoudandDave and AKs and fucking Fire Guy, they all been doing kind of like search and destroy missions on like fucking cool places to take your sumo. And I'm really kind of a baby when it comes to that. I think I've only done that once, and that was on my first Supermoto video. Otherwise, it's been like, nope, safe long coastal road. I want to go down there too. Shit, look at that. How cool does that look? Ben and I have been thinking about grabbing some BM650s in one of these tour groups and doing like a maybe 3-day enduro, something like that. I think it'd be fun because I need to get some enduro experience. Why do you need to get enduro experience, mate? I can't tell you, it's a secret, but it has to do with the RMC, and it's gonna be fun. Welcome back to Misty Cliffs, where the cliffs are only misty when I don't have my camera. Yeah, so for my bachelor's, I've decided we're gonna get 8 or 10 of my mates, and we're going to get a self-catering, maybe like on the beach or just out in the middle of nowhere somewhere. And we're gonna braai and drink delicious beer and just chill. And that is gonna be my bachelor's. It's gonna be awesome. I've got 2 border collies. I love border collies. It's gonna be awesome. But what's braai? Braai! Like Brian Braai! What's braai? I'll tell you what braai is. Braai is the South African word for barbecuing. We're going out and taking delicious animal meats and throwing them on a fire and devouring them with gusto. Braai. I'm pretty sure it's the same in like every official language in South Africa, of which there's like fucking 13. There's English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Xhosa, and I know I'm not saying Xhosa right, but fuck you, it's hard. They do this click thing, and it's difficult. It's difficult, and I'm gonna sound like a fucking stupid Texan if I try and do it, so I'm not gonna do it. So there. I don't know where I got off on that huge digression. But back when I was talking about motorcycles like 15 minutes ago or whatever, ideally what I'd like to do is get a set of knobbies for this biatch. I want to get a set of knobbies. But from what I've seen, the wheels, the DRZ, in South Africa at least, would be like 10 or 15 grand. Like including tire, like wheel and tire. And for 10 or 15 grand, I'm going to sell my DRZ and buy a fucking KTM or something, or like a Yamaha 450 or something. I'm not gonna sink that kind of cash into this bike. Not that it's not a great bike; it's a fucking awesome bike. But eventually, I would like, as a motorcyclist does, I'd like a bit more power. So I don't know. I have a hard time justifying that kind of cash just to go, you know, take it in the dirt every now and again. It's like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Mr. Sparky Aprilia for stepping up and accepting my rack nomination challenge. He actually ended up taking about 80 pairs of children's shoes to a local charity, and I've got his channel in the link below. So go check it out. Check out the video. He's a fucking awesome guy. If you haven't subscribed to him, subscribe to him. You guys know I don't do shout outs very often. and it's only if I really, really dig the content, and I think that they deserve your undivided attention. Mr. Sparky really definitely deserves your undivided attention. He's a fucking awesome motovlogger, so check him out. Cool guys, well if I can get Ben to to ride this later, then you'll see the footage, and if not, shame on you, Ben. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Cheers guys. Are you sore? Oh, I'm feeling fucking great. I mean, just run some laps around these sport bike guys and they're fucking, oh my ass, my ass. DRZ, buddy.
What do you think, boys and girls? Spin ready? Oh, there's a little fly here. Can't be.
Okay. It's like riding a fucking horse. Yeah.
That one.
Good morning, YouTube. Mix7170's friend coming at you for first ride impressions of his Supermoto. The Brap machine. Shit, this thing can pull. And I'm like not fucking giving it anything. It turns easy as anything. Goes really well. Seat is ridiculously comfortable actually. That's the Migs man. Right. Let's give this a shot. Without getting myself. Pulls ridiculously hard. Coming from a 250 to a 400, even though I'm not giving it anything, it pulls so much harder. Oh man, it's like sitting in the world's fastest chair. Doing a fucking 100. How did that happen? This road, we just did this road coming the other way when I was on my 250, and it was intolerable. My spine is compacted. On this, it feels like I'm riding on the world's smoothest tar road. Sorry Migs, I'm taking this baby home. I love the exhaust. My bike is so quiet compared to this. I can see why this bike encourages you to do stupid shit. It's retarded fun. Stupid fucking cyclists. That is such a nice pull. I'm taking it home. Oh man, that is ridiculous fun.
It's a good time, eh?
Ah, it is so much fun.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I didn't open it in first at all. I was like, no, not gonna happen.
No, look, you're gonna have to fucking really, you're gonna have to be really ham-fisted to bring the front end up to
But my hands are sweaty. It's just, it pulls, I mean obviously it pulls so much harder than the 250, but just...
Which is that low end, hey?
Oh! And the noise, you don't want to stop. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter if you're slowing down, it doesn't matter if you're pulling away, it just, that constant...
Backfire's awesome, man.
Oh.
Alright, so you heard it from the horse's mouth, boys and girls. DRZ 400, goodbye.